Hello and welcome to this video with me. I'm a Finnish person. Elmo Karjalainen is my name. You can call me this guy and I speak rally Finnish. Today I am taking a look at the Bugera 1960 Infinium and I'll be right back after this intro. Okay, so like I said, today I'm taking a look at this amp. Now I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Is it Bugera? Is it Bugera? Is it Bugera, like we Finnish people would say? I don't know. I'm just gonna call it Bugera. And yeah, if that's wrong, sorry. This thing is based on the Marshall 100 watt Plexi. It's a cheap version of it. Costs roughly 400 euros in Europe, which is roughly $450. Although I'm not entirely sure what it sells for in the States. This is supposed to be 150 watts, so I'm not going to be running it on full power because my cab is only 100 watts. It has greenback Celestions 25 watt ones. So that's what I'm basically going to be doing. I'll be trying it so that I'll be just running the amp itself, and then I'm going to use an overdrive. I'm going to do both channels and jumper the channels as well and see what that sounds like. Personally, I use the Marshall 50 watt Plexis, the 1987X ones, and I don't jumper the channels. I use the high treble input, which is input number 1 most of the time, well, basically always. Now, I also have a delay in the loop and I have a volume pot in the loop to kind of help me control the volume of the amp. It's not the same as having a proper load box between the cab and the amp, but it does the job quite nicely in my opinion, although some people disagree. But so you know, that's kind of the thing. In the next video I'll be comparing the two. Anyway, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. It doesn't have a lot of features. It has a 3-band EQ plus presence and no master volume, no gain, just 2 outputs for the different channels. And I'm going to start out by just trying it clean and first jumpered and then channel 1 and then channel 2 and then going to the overdrive pedal, which is my Fender Yngwie Malmsteen overdrive, and then jumper the channels first and then channel 1 and then channel 2. Oh yeah, and what I forgot to say is that I have both outputs on full on the amp. Presence set to roughly 10 o'clock, both bass and mid set to 3 o'clock, and treble set to roughly 2 o'clock. So here goes. And this is where we discover that jumpering the channels the way you would with a Marshall doesn't work in quite the same way. I don't know what gives, so I'll just try channel 2 separately and forget about the jumpering, Personally, I don't care about the jumpering anyway, but you can hear the difference between the channels. Yeah, that's maybe a bit of a bummer for some people, but yeah, here goes channel 2. Okay, and seeing as I'm not jumpering the channels, I'll just stick to channel 2 and try the overdrive, and then go back to channel 1 and try that with the overdrive. So here it goes. Sounds great in my opinion. Absolutely sounds the business, and at 400 euros, 400 euros, it's an absolute steal. Without comparing it to the 50 watt head, like I said, I think it sounds the business. Now, I do, however, have some concerns, because if you're going to get something for 400 euros, this one costs, I think it was $2,000 on Amazon. There's a bit of a difference in price there. That means that they've cut some corners on this one somewhere. Either they've used cheaper parts, not been meticulous in building it, and probably it's a combination, used cheaper labor. I don't know. The older Bugera amps, I've heard, had some issues with stuff going, kind of them breaking. But I've heard that the newer ones are supposed to be better. This is one of the newer ones. It's the Infinium series, which is supposed to be fairly reliable. Now, the only way to try it is to actually have one for a while and take it to gigs and everything, and you'd start to see if it's any good. I don't know, but it sounds the business. It also has something that's supposed to prolong tube life, which I'm fairly sure is just a complete load of bollocks. It has all the things that this one has, and it sounds the business. So if you're on the market for a Plexi but can't afford one and can't find a second-hand one that you can afford, this is definitely something to look at. Now, it weighs a ton compared to this. It weighs quite a lot. So if you don't like carrying heavy stuff around, then that might be an issue. Then again, this one is smaller than the 100 watts Marshall Plexi, which I haven't tried actually, but I think that will weigh quite a lot as well. So, I mean, price, nice. Sound, nice. Reliability, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So you're taking a bit of a risk buying one, and there is also the ethical side to it, which I'm not sure about, because I don't know if they actually pay their workers proper wages or whatever. But if they don't, there's also the ethical side to it, that should you actually buy something like this. Now, that's basically all I have for you today. I'll end with a bit of playing on the Bugera 1960 Infinium. It can be your low-cost Marshall Plexi if you so want it to be. That being said, rather go with the actual thing. But it sounds good, very good indeed. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Sorry about the jump ring. Basically, I don't care about the jump ring, so I'm not going to find out how you do it on this one. It doesn't work the same as on the Marshall. Comment, let me know what you thought, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification thing, and support me on Patreon, because I buy the gear that I review. And I bought this one. It's a good amp. Definitely sounds very good. Like I said, yeah, don't know about reliability. So that's all. I'll end with a bit more on the Bugera 1960 Infinium.